Okay, so we back already and we're in Atlanta, but hell, that premiere episode 1, 3 hours, that was too much. That was too much. They could have broke that down or something. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, wife style coach. We are reviewing Married at First Sight, season number 12, episode number 1, Countdown to the Meltdown. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what's up? Click the subscribe button, become a ray of sunshine. Stick with me throughout the entire season. Click the notification bell and be alerted of the videos when I upload them. Also, just so you're aware, I go couple by couple, not scene by scene, because I be feeling like I'm all over the place and it's just easy to lump everything they do in one, like, full swoop. Well, let's get started. We're in Atlanta and it's 5 couples again. I was really hoping that they were going to go back down to 4. Like, I feel like that's better instead of 5, because every time they do 5, guess what happens? Somebody doesn't do right and they split up before the season ends. Is that not the prescription? Is that not what we've seen? Is that not what history has taught us about when they do 5 couples? If y'all real Married at First Sight fans, y'all know that to be true. So they've got 5 couples and they're in Atlanta. I said that already. And I said, you know what? They chose Atlanta because we're in a whatchamacallit, a pandemic. I call it a whatchamacallit, and that Atlanta is still open, wide open, able to do everything, where everybody else is closed. I mean, here in California, I feel like we in prison again, okay? Can't even go sit outside on the veranda and have a drink and some food. When we start off, we are 2 weeks prior to the wedding, and everybody is notifying their family that they have been chosen, that a match by the matchmakers has been chosen for them, and they're getting married. So we're going to start off with, oh my God, Briana and Vincent. Let me, before we talk about Briana and Vincent, say how I'm in love with this melanin that they have showing on here. Not only is it melanin, I mean it's glowed up. I mean skin is flawless. I mean gorgeous black women. Like come through casting. Like I'm in love with that. Okay, now that that's out the way, let's talk about the gorgeous Briana and Vincent. And is Vincent Puerto Rican? Dominican? Is he? I know he's of Latin descent, but I'm just wondering of what origin. Does anybody know? Let me know down below in the comments, because I believe his last name is Morales. But let me know down below in the comments, because it gives me like Dominican, Puerto Rican vibes, not necessarily Mexican or Guatemalan. I don't know, you know, so y'all tell me, because I'm sure some of y'all have done the research. Share with your girl. So we see the chocolate beauty Briana, Brie, because we friends now. She don't know. We see her telling her friend, we know that Briana is 28 and is an engineer stand up. Like, I love that. I love that she's a black woman engineer. We need more of that. Now, things that she said, that she was picky. No, the thing that she said that she's picky, and so the things that she wants in a relationship is someone who's patient, who's physically attractive, who's financially stable, or no. Sorry, I wrote that has patience. Why do I have physically stable? So maybe that's the environment. Financially aware, financially stable. Let's do it over. That they're patient, that they are that she's physically attracted to, that's financially stable or at least financially aware, is a go-getter, and makes more money than she does. She's very structured and she's organized, and she hasn't been in a relationship for a while. Now, they didn't tell us how many years is a while, but she says she hasn't been in a relationship. So My thing when people say they haven't been in a relationship means they've been dating, but not like committed to, you know, one type of situation, you know? Would you agree? She says that she's not judgmental or stubborn, but her friend seems to feel otherwise. I wrote down, where's her family? But fortunately, we see them a little bit later. She says she wants to feel comfortable and have acceptance. Now listen, I think that is like one of the main things that we all want, is to be comfortable. And comfortable is an array of things, like being able to be comfortable with who I am, to be able to be comfortable to have conversations with you without feeling like there's going to be some type of retaliation or vengeance or vindictiveness, or that you're gonna hold it against me, to accept me as I am, flaws and all, and let me evolve. That is something that I think we all want. I know that's big for me. And the moment that I start feeling like I can't be vulnerable and I can't be comfortable, I start questioning, what am I doing, right? I start saying, why am I here? What does this relationship mean? Anyway, so then we meet her soon-to-be spouse, Vincent Morales, okay? He is 28 and an auto broker. What he did say was that he does not have good parental relationships. His father is missing and didn't really say much about his mom. But he was raised with her by himself. When I say missing, I mean he's not involved in his life. Y'all, you know. He also let us know that his last relationship ended because she wanted someone who was corporate, you know, someone who was educated with a degree, which is something that he doesn't have, and that she didn't support his entrepreneurship, him going out and being a business person on his own. And what that sounds like is she didn't feel like it was going to be stable. She wanted someone who was financially stable, and you stepping out, not having a degree, going into some new business does not equate to financial stability to most women. Like, most women are not going to be like, okay, he's got a dream and a vision and I can support it until he gets there. Most women, especially, you know, when you get a certain age, you look like, damn, nigga, I want you to already have, I already want you to, too late, I said it. I want you to have your shit together. I don't want you to start from the beginning, because now it means I'm taking care of you. Not all women, okay? But some women. Some women. If you got a good plan, and you got a good plan, and I can carry us for a while, I'm willing to do that. But we need to set a time frame, because if this don't work, then I'm gonna need you to go get a regular job. I don't care if it's janitorial. So I'm with the whole, go for your dreams, but let's make a plan. You gotta set a timeline. Otherwise, you could just be drowning and resenting him because he ain't bringing home no money. But he tells his friends that he wants in a relationship, he wants family, and a loving, caring, supportive, fun friend in his marriage. I like that one of the friends asked him, how do you show her that you, how do you assure her that you can support her, or that you're right for her, or that you're in this? And he says that he's going to provide for the home, he's going to take responsibility, and that he's open to talk about things. And that's important. Okay, take accountability for your own shit, not mine, your shit, and be open to have a conversation about stuff. And I think that's kind of like some of the bare minimum basic things that we have, is to be able to communicate. That's not only meaning sharing what I feel, but hearing what someone else says, listening, and being able to articulate your needs and wants. And sometimes we all fall short because you like somebody and you think to yourself, oh, he's gonna look at me differently if this, if that. So they also asked him, what happens if she is stuck in her ways and is very rigid about the things that she wants? I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit because it was long ass episode, and so like I have a lot of notes. And he was like, I don't know. I'm glad that he said I don't know and didn't kind of like make something up, because I prefer you not to know and try to figure it out and see what it is, but be committed to the process than not. So then we see Brianna, they go dress shopping and tuxedo shopping, and we see Brianna in a like sweetheart line ball gown, but she gonna get a split up the middle. Now I know y'all told me this last year. Who pays for these dresses? Because it looks like it's the same couple dresses that each of them are trying on. Who pays for these dresses, and can she have it altered? I guess they are having it altered because the other girl had her hemline done and it was messed up. I'm getting beside myself. Brianna wanted her dress to be simple and classic, and I think that that is exactly what she got. I think the dress that she chose is perfect for her, what we see as her personality as it relates today. Because, you know, they switch up on us as we go further on. And then she said something. She said this is good for her, and the reason she's doing it because she is normally goes for the physical first. She doesn't look at the substance, right? Like, I'm looking at how attractive you are, and do you meet these surface needs, you know, the shallow shit we be doing. And if you're being honest with yourself, for a long time, if you might have evolved, like I'm an evolved ass Virgo, right? I could be shallow still. And then Vincent got the blue paisley tuxedo jacket. The next couple we met was Virginia and Eric. And if this isn't a disaster waiting to happen, OM goodness. So Eric is 34. He's a pilot. He's in the Air Force Reserve. And he is a major airline pilot. He has been married before, and that was the reason that his relationships normally end, including his marriage, because of he travels a lot. And so he's been divorced for 3 years. He said that he wants his match to be genuine and down to earth. So when he shares that with his mom that he's going on Married at First Sight, she isn't thrilled because she's traditional. And that, you know, it's always seems to be the thing. Like, who fucking wants to have your child get married at first sight and you don't know nothing about him? It feels like a failure waiting to happen. This is, though. This match is definitely a failure, a disaster. There we go, waiting to happen. Virginia is 26 and she's in customer service. What I gathered is that she's fearful of heartbreak. She really has no experience with relationships because her last relationship was 5 years ago when she was 21. She is 26. She is a party girl. And talking about she want to get married. So I get that she's been dating probably, but how much experience does she have if she's been single for 5 straight years? Now, listen, I like when y'all pull my coattails. Tell me something different. Show me a different side. Because Virginia and Eric right now, they don't match. She tells her dad about it, and he is not thrilled. You can see she wants to cry when he says he's not thrilled. When you look like at her decor in her house, it doesn't seem very mature. Okay, I mean, you can tell a lot about people, about how they style their homes or the way that they dress. I don't care what nobody say. I know, you know, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. You're supposed to open it up and read it, and maybe my mind will change. But first impressions is she's not ready to be married. Like, why did she do this experiment? This is only going to cause them more heartache. She did say that she has some attachment issues, and that they stem from her view of marriage from her parents. Them being married several times, different people, on again, off again, kind of really warped her view. So I don't know what she thinks marriage is, because I don't believe she has any friends that are married, right? Where her grandparents, matriarchal or patriarchal grandparents that may have been married for a long time. She doesn't have any real insight of what marriage is going to be like. And that's always, I mean, really though, nobody, when you first get married, really understand what it takes to be married. Like, it is the only license that you don't have to study a test for in order to get, right? Like, anyway. So she goes and she goes to get her dress or whatever, and her family is not supportive. So she doesn't have her mom or her stepmom around, which is something that she needs. But stepmom Jamie ends up surprising her, which is great. I think the stepmom's name was Jamie. I actually kind of cried because she was excited. Like, it was very emotional and very touching. But listen, it might be almost lady time, and that might be why your girl be crying and shit for no reason. I think he gets a classic tux. I can't really remember because that didn't matter. All I know is that this is a mismatch. They are definitely a mismatch. From watching the entire episode, he is like way reserved, way introverted. She's extroverted and wants somebody to go out and party and have a good time with, like to enhance what she does already, just to go along with her, right? Versus him, he wants to stay at home. So he gonna be out flying in the friendly skies, and she gonna be out popping shots at the bar. Listen, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Let's go on to Paige and, damn, that was fast. I went through Virginia and Eric quick. Took me a long time to get through Brianna and Vincent. Let's see if we can keep going. Let's Paige and Chris. Now, I don't like Paige's hair. The young girl is fine, okay? I don't like her weave or wig. Like, I want her to get a new wig person, or to get on YouTube and find some more, but that's the only thing that so far I can see that I don't like about her appearance, okay? But baby, listen, so she sits with her family. It looks like a family friend, her brother, who she looks like, and it looks like her mother. And that humidity is hitting that mama's hair. I'm all like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I know she mad looking at that on camera, because I know I would. I know I would be. And y'all got me just sitting out here like this. Ain't nobody got no hair wrap. Where is a hat or something? Because I can't be out here looking like this. Like, because you see mama later, hair is laid, okay? Anyway, she's 26. She's an accountant and a realtor. She already is a homeowner at 26, which is really great. Says she has a great financial mindset, and she is renting it out. Like, she's not living there. She's living in an apartment. So I did write down when she first started talking that she wanted a fantasy marriage, because she's always wanted to be married since she was a young girl. And for me, like, I wasn't one of those girls who thought about marriage when they were younger. Like, oh, I want to be married and I want to have a husband with 2 kids. I didn't, none of that. Like, I might have played MASH. Like, y'all remember MASH? I might have played MASH, but that was it. Like, it wasn't like no full, well out, thought out thing. And actually, after a while, because I didn't get married till I was in my 30s, I was like, oh, I just want to be getting married. I'd be out here old like the Golden Girls, like Blanche, honey. That's going to be who I am if I'm going to be a Golden Girl. Nevertheless, it's not about me. She says that she is ready to accept her new mate as he is, flaws and all, and will work on it, because that's what wives do. I mean, in relationships, period, I accept people for who they are. I meet you where you are, and the things that I can't accept, I don't, right? I don't have to deal with you all the time. The things that I don't like, I voice, but I'm not trying to change you. Now, I'm going to voice that I don't like this, and it's up to you if you want to change it, but if I love you, I accept you as it is. If it's too much, I walk away. Would y'all agree or no? She says that she wants children, and she wants him to be wanting children. When her brother asked what are her deal breakers, she said he has to be God-fearing and want children. And the brother say, you got more deal breakers than that. Bullshit. Because there's been a lot of men in your life that were God-fearing and wanted children, and you know, X'd them out. And the family friend said it's a difference between actually walking the walk or just saying that you are. You know, actually practicing being that and just saying you are. And then so he asked her, well, what happens when, you know, he gives her these scenarios, specifically the one about if he makes $7 an hour. And he got all these, he's hitting all these marks that you like, but he makes $7 an hour. And she said, I can't deal with that. Now, that's our problem. Just because a man makes a little bit of money right now, if he makes you happy and meets all of your needs, that one thing, that $7 an hour, if he's got hustle and drive, child, he gonna want to make sure that your house is provided for and that he does what he's supposed to. That's just my take. Y'all can feel differently about it. So it's not about the money, it's about the effort that you're putting behind it. Oh, I just had to take a deep swallow because something just hit me in my spirit. So then we meet Chris. Chris is full of himself, child. Chris is full of himself. Chris is 27. He's a finance manager and he owns a restaurant. He shares with his friends and family. His Nana and his Papa, his grandmother and grandfather are there. I call them Nana and Papa because, you know, that's just how I felt, right? He says that he wants her to be intelligent, sexy, submissive, good in bed, and a freak. Right there, I was like, super shallow. Like, he's super shallow. Like, literally super shallow. But he did say what he wants. Submissive, sexy, good in bed, and a freak. I think, though, Paige might be exactly what he needs, right? She might be his match. He also said he wants 7 kids max. So the minimum, is it 1? Do you okay with having 1 heir? Like, tell me something, because 7 is a lot of kids. And somebody has to be there to take care of them kids. So he doesn't know, but she's business minded. But she wants to have children. Are they going to get a nanny? He's actually an ordained minister, but not practicing. Had decided to go to Florida and do things his way. My way. My way. So when he went to Florida, he was homeless and living out of a rental car at that for 4 months. And then came back to Atlanta for a 6-figure job. He said that most people want him, most women want him for his money. And I'm all like, how do they know you got money? Because you flashy, because you be talking about it, because you say what you have and who you are, and that's what you lead with. So fucking yeah, they gonna want your money, because that's what you leading with. I got money. Women want stability, a nigga with some money. He's been engaged twice. Once they broke up because of the money situation. The second time was because there was a mutual trust issue. And come to find out, that engagement ended 3 months prior to filming. See, now this is where I always think that Married at First Sight is wrong. You know that man ain't ready to be on here. 3 months? 3 months. He hasn't even healed from the previous thing. He just really wants to be in a relationship. He's a relationship hopper. And he ain't really working on the shit that's causing the problem. Like, if it was mutual trust issues, then what part did you play? Have you done any shadow work? Have you leaned into why your relationships keep ending? Anyway, he says spirituality is imperative. We see Chris meet with his friend and Pastor Dwight, to have a conversation. Now listen. Pastor cool as fuck, right? Have a conversation about anything. When Chris comes in, he tells Pastor Dwight, listen, I feel like this might have been premature. Me getting on here is premature. And it might be a mistake. The pastor said, is it lust or is it love that is the reason why you want to continue to do this? And so Chris says, you know, I'm thinking about not sleeping with my wife when we first get together, because sex clouds your fucking judgment like no other. You can really like somebody or like somebody a little bit, be sexually attracted to them, have sex with them, and exponentially you like them a whole lot, because now you have an exchange of energy, right? That may or may not be healthy for you. And now, not only that, if they're not processing all the previous relationships they have, he has that baggage, and you're sleeping with him, and that baggage is with you as well. Like, it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. The pastor said, make sure you close the door to the previous relationship. 3 months is a short, brief period of time for you to say you over it. 3 months, and you, but the timeline later that we find out about them being met and engaged, I think was really quick. I'll get to it when I see it. I don't know, I thought I wrote it down somewhere. Paige's dress is perfect for her personality. Chris comes in with them shoes. I don't know if they wasn't Louboutins. The box wasn't a Louboutin box, but they were some expensive, shiny ass shoes. Fellas, would you wear them shoes? Let me know down below in the comments. I wasn't a fan, so I'm gonna leave it there. And he got, like, he wanted something different than the other groomsmen, but he got the same jacket as Vincent, right? So whatever. Let's talk Hayley and Jacob. Couple number 4, Hayley and Jacob. So Hayley is sitting with her friends and sharing with her friends. She is 28 and is a sales representative representative. I wrote down she's super independent and that she is going to need her autonomy, that it is going to be important, that she is going to have to learn to continue to be herself outside of their marriage, or it's going to fail, because of how much she was saying she likes her independence. So much so that her last committed relationship was when she was 21. 7 years ago. 21. And at 21, did you really know what the fuck was going on in a relationship? At 21, I did not. At 21, I had a baby, you know, but at 21, I was in relationships, but I didn't know what I know now, right? So hopefully in all these 7 years or 6 years that she has been single, that she's done some self-work and really knows who she is and what she wants. And that's important, and know how to communicate it, but also know how to receive what someone else is bringing. And I think she said she had done some work, right? But we're going to see. It's all going to tell in these next 12 weeks, 8 weeks. She said the last relationship she had was that her boyfriend, this be fucked up. Like, he be all in. Like, he be wishy-washy. Like, he, you know, fucking psychotic. Some kind of psychosis going on. One minute everything is good. The next minute she ain't hearing from him at all. Like, he ghosted her. And then he back in and then he ghosted her. Come to find out he had a whole baby on the way. Like, it be real fucked up. Like, that's a fucked up feeling. To be like, I'm all in and this nigga over here fucking somebody. Y'all, and me and this N-word, I'm just really going with it. It's coming out. That's what y'all getting today. When she told her friends said that it's not that she's not getting dates. She goes on these dates and then she ghosts them. It's because it's the fear. You know what I'm saying? It's the unknown. I mean, for all of us, it's the unknown. Starting new things is unknown. And then you processing feelings and shit that you know, really kind of pushed to the back burner, thought that you were healed from. Listen, I only know because I'm feeling some of this myself right now, right? Like, shit that you thought you advanced from, you didn't. Anyway. So then we meet Jacob. Jacob is 38 and a senior IT programmer. He is also a body lifter, a bodybuilder. Some angles he looks handsome, other angles he don't. Y'all see, I ain't said that I thought any of these men is handsome. Vincent seems to be okay. Like, he looks all right. Chris is full of himself, and so for me that makes him not attractive. I wrote down he is a computer geek and a major, like, some kind of gamer or buff, because you see all these like cartridges and videos and stuff behind him before he tells us that he loves 80s everything. He is a hermit and isolates himself. Like, Hayley seems to be a social butterfly. And he likes to like do fixer-uppers. Like, he fixed up a house and sold it, and now he done made a beach in the backyard. I don't like it. It needs some more refinement. Since he's 38, his whole thing is he needs to find love before 40. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how they're gonna work yet. He does seem to have a bit of personality when you see him like in the social settings. But yeah. So again, her dress was simple. I love the buttons up the back. And he got a black tux. This is long as shit. So I'm really trying to rush through this. Because we only got Clara left, and then, oh, we got the bachelor party and the bachelorette party. Okay, so we got Clara and Ryan. Okay, so the other guy's name was Eric. This is an interracial relationship, as well as Briana and Vincent. Clara's 27 and a flight attendant. She says she needs him to be confident in who he is, confident in her, confident in their relationship. She seems to be extremely social, and she, you know, put her on a little engagement ring, little ring, so she can start feeling what it feels like to wear a ring. Some of my assessments about her is that she's a lot. She's a lot. She's had a lot of bad dates, a lot of inconsistencies in relationships, but she is a lot herself, like a lot. Ryan, who is black, mixed, okay, is a project manager. He is very monotonous and very routine. Like, so here's why I don't think the two of them are going to match, because she's a lot and he's very regimented. And he wants love. He was not brought up around black people. Now, when you see his brother, they lived in the same house, didn't they? But you could tell that he's got more of the black swag that we have versus his brother, Ryan. Is that wrong to say? It's not. It's a true assessment, child. I wrote down, Clara's a lot do opposites attract. Because he's very low-key. I like her dress for her as well. He gets the blue-black tux. I also wrote down, Ryan's brother is a yes for me. They are actually the first ones to be married, so it's perfect that they come at the end. I wrote, the brother is so bored and over it at the tuxedo shop and sitting there on the couch. He like, what is this? He looking at his friends like, what? Like, oh, these people get on my nerves. Like, ugh. I love you because you're my brother and I deal with them. I swear that's what it looks like to me. Let me see. She said that she wanted someone who was ethically ambiguous and 6 feet. Now, the ethically ambiguous, I think she called it. Because initially when I first saw him, I wasn't sure. I was like, is he mixed? Isn't he mixed? Is he? Isn't he? He is, right? So ethnically ambiguous, and that he be 6 feet. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", but hell, he might be 6 feet. I can't tell. He was taller than her at the altar. They both sent wedding gifts, and I thought both of them were very thoughtful. The tequila with the shot glasses and the ice, because he didn't get to propose to her originally. So I loved it, right? And then he gave her a very sentimental, like, love letter with his little blue Bluetooth speaker that goes with him everywhere. It was very certain songs and hope that, you know, they can get songs together, whatever, right? I was like, that was really thoughtful. Both of these were well thought out pre-wedding gifts. And I think that they made an impression on the spouse. Ryan wanted blindfolds so that neither one of them could see each other and they both could have a reveal at the altar. How did you feel about that? I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I like to see their reactions as they're coming around the corner. Now, y'all might like it. And if you do, let me know down below in the comment. And, you know, she has said it herself. It feels weird. Like, you want the reaction. Like, but granted, they don't know each other. But I wanted that reaction. And I'm wondering if the next episode, if we're going to get a genuine good reaction like we want, right? I also wrote down she did a lot of complaining about everything. She brought negative energy with her down the aisle into the wedding. And I wrote, he didn't greet the moms. Like, I like when they greet the mothers. Like, hi, how you doing? I'm Ryan. But, yeah. I didn't like her makeup, though. Like, she complained about her makeup, that it wasn't what she wanted, first off, because, you know, listen. And you should have said something while she was doing your makeup. They would have to wait on you. Take this off. Blend this out. Like, because your contour line was too dark. Like, whatever it is that you didn't like, you should have voiced it while you were getting your makeup done. Or immediately after, before you put that dress on. And complaining about the hemline of the dress. I think the dress is free. Y'all gonna tell me that down below in the comments. It was just a lot. Like I said, she is a lot. Like, she has a lot of, takes up a lot of space, which you should do if you do, but you also should consider the people around you, because you can see the uncomfortability of, like, the mom. Well, do you want me to go get you some heels? Do you want, like, it just felt like, feels like she needs a lot of attention. Anyway, so let's just talk about the meetups and stuff and be done with this long ass review. We back to 40 minutes, y'all. 40 plus minutes. Hopefully that's because this was 3 hours and I was trying to get everything in. The ladies get together first. You see the ladies getting together, meeting one another to see who else is in this process with them. And when Brianna walked up, I kind of felt like Paige kind of gave her like a once-over, like she was mad that she was the only chocolate sister there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta have 2 sisters at minimum, okay? They talked about a lot of stuff. I don't even know what I wrote. I got like a little brainstorm circle here. Bree shared with the group that she wants someone caring. And Virginia wants someone who is adventurous. Virginia is a 26-year-old, remember, who wants, I wrote down, she is not ready. They talked about, like, kissing and sex and stuff on the first date, and I always write down the same thing. White women, women of European descent are normally more free-spirited when it comes to their sexuality and casual sex and stuff, where black women, we've been taught and conditioned that that's not what ladies do, right? So it's always, we always shy from it in the beginning of like conversations and talking about, you know, are you going to sleep with your husband on the first date? So that's the vibe that I kind of got, and they are like, well, why not? And I don't know which one of them it was, but they was like, why would you not kiss your husband at the altar? They were talking about Paige, but I can't remember who it was. So then you see the fellas, and Chris is like going in, like, is it because he's awkward or uncomfortable with the situation? I mean, like, he's going in on Jacob because Jacob's the oldest and he's 38 and this your last hoop. Like, he really coming for him. He shares with them, this is where it is, he shares with them that he was engaged and it was quick. And of course everybody is looking like, okay, this might not be a good idea for him, but he met her in September, got engaged in October, weren't together in February. Everybody feels the same way, it was too soon. Let's see. Then Chris talks about his biggest fear is that she's going to be ugly. Like I said in the beginning, he's shallow as fuck. And Vincent has a good head on his shoulder, and I kind of think that him and Paige are going to be a really good match. When he told Jacob that his clock is ticking, I felt like that was super disrespectful. The ladies meet again, and is it Virginia? Clara is the one that's a lot. Help me, y'all. Listen, I gotta learn these people's names. That's really what it is. Clara is a lot. But she buys everybody lingerie as gifts. Looks like panties and bras. It's not really lingerie. It looks like you get that stuff from Target. Nevertheless, it was nice. And Hayley and Virginia. Hayley said out loud, and Virginia agreed, that we want to be wanted. Everybody wants to be wanted. I know I want to be wanted. I want to be desired. I want somebody to want to be around me, right? It's just the nature of it. Men, for the most part, want to be needed. I said this before in a Ready to Love review, and I still it holds true. Now, Paige, honey, is funny. Paige stayed, listen, I'm not sleeping with my husband on the honeymoon or the first night until he gets his papers. Like, I got my papers. I was like, bitch, like you a dog. But she meant like her STI papers, her, you know, her HIVs and all of that stuff. And because she don't like condoms and she wants a clean bill. And Bree was like, so what happens if he had a partner since the last time he had his papers? Then what? She was like, well, we're going to have to go together because she don't like no condoms. Paige said that her friend asked, would you eat the groceries? You know, what are things that you wouldn't do? And one of them is eating the groceries. Bree says she don't like no handcuffs. Now, handcuffs are meant for people who you have trust with, because I'm all into blindfolds and handcuffs, right? But I have to trust you and know that when I say, okay, it's the safe word or the stop or whatever, that you will honor that. So that's for people that you trust, right? And this is where the whole God-fearing Clara was like, I'm shocked that, you know, she God-fearing and stuff, but she seems to be the closet freak. Those normally are. And God-fearing does not mean prude. I said that before. And then we get to the Bachelor and the Bachelorette parties. We almost done, y'all. This a lot. Okay, so they talk about a myriad of things. Again, I wrote down, again, Eric and Virginia are total mismatches because she's a party girl to her core. She doesn't want anybody that is bald or balding, but she don't know bald men be sexy as hell. They say that she feels like she got daddy issues, which I think that she does. And let me see, what else? Paige's friend says, what if he doesn't give fellatio? First off, boo, let me tell you something. You don't want your man to give fellatio unless you're okay with him sucking on a man's penis, because that's what fellatio is. That is not the word that you use for women. I think it's cunningness. I can never think, never can say it right. But you should have just said, you know, oral sex. Paige talks again about how she is the traditional hierarchy, while the other women are like, I don't want to be submissive to my man, blah, blah, blah. Paige is like, that's the natural order of things for me, and I'm okay with that. Now, I've never done it, but I'm not, and pretty much I've never done it, and I'm not going to let us go down the wrong path. But listen, submission does not mean that someone owns you. You understand what I'm saying? Those aren't the same thing. Remember, the man might be the head, but the woman is the neck. And you need the neck to move around, honey. Without the neck, you can't do anything. It is a cooperative situation. No one person should be belittling the other. I cannot wait to see how their dynamic works. Let me not get beside myself. Virginia is out there throwing up, honey. Vincent is over there flirting with the strippers. Chris comes in with a damn blow-up doll, I guess for the reason to stay away from the strippers. I don't know, but it was odd and it was awkward. That kind of ends the episode. That kind of ends the episode. So right off the top, I have to do this. I have to, which makes it a little longer. Paige and Vincent, I feel like, are a really good match. So if I was saying right now if they are going to make it, here is what I feel off rip. Paige and Vincent is a big yes. To me, they feel like they're going to compromise and communicate well, that there's going to be compassion and consideration for one another's needs, feelings, desires, wants. Like, I feel like that's a good match. Like, the experts did well with that. When I think about Virginia and Eric, I think that they've done a disservice. So from right now, I'm already saying no. Them two people are on different spectrums, right? She's 26, he's 34. That's not a big gap. I know people think that it is. I've dated men, still date men that are 10 years my senior, and, you know, 7 years my junior. If I'm 44, he can't be no younger than 37. So y'all do the math for me. So I don't feel like that's a huge difference, right? 26 and 34 is 8 years. If she was mature, it wouldn't be so bad, but she's not. And if he was more fun, it wouldn't be so bad. They need to somehow meet in the middle for the two of them to work. Then you've got Paige and Chris. Now, oddly enough, I think that they're going to work because they have the same value system. And if Chris gets out of his own way and quit being so self-absorbed, they might actually have something because their foundation is both spirituality. They both want children. They both are successful. So I'm on the fence right there, but I'm going to still go with yes. If I have to go yes or no, I'm going to go yes as it relates today. Who we have next? We have Hayley and Jacob. I don't know. Because they could work. They could work. Hayley and Jacob. Hayley. See, I can't even remember what the people are. We're going to have to wait on them a couple more times, right? I need to get to know these people a little more. And then you have Ryan and Ryan and Clara. And Clara requires a lot of attention. And is that going to be too much for Ryan? I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think about these new couples this season. Come back next week. We're doing it every week until the season ends. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode number 1. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification bell. Definitely click the like button. Let the algorithms know that you are here for my review. And share with your friends, honey. Tell them Talisa is the shit. Because we just starting. I got to get to know these people, and then I'm really going to be injecting how I feel. Y'all know y'all like to hear me talk my shit, because that's what I be doing. One of these days, I'm going to sit here nice and calm and give you... I'm not. I don't even think I have it in me. If I do that, I must be sick. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.